And welcome back, GGLeagues fans, to the second day of our final week of qualifiers here. And I'm bringing you a great match coming out from Ohio B League, and it's going to be between the CSU B League team versus the ONU Varsity LOL team. My name is Mercenary, and I'm bringing you some great action coming on here, as we're currently sitting in some Pro Draft lobby. Unfortunately, my co-caster was not able to show up today, which is perfectly fine. That means you guys just get to deal with my wonderful, beautiful, angelic voice. I know you all love it so much. And as we're looking at the bans here, we're going to start over CSU, banning Kled and Blitzcrank, and hovering over the third. It's going to be Senna here. Also pretty good bans. Kled, have not seen too much of him, but I heard he's doing pretty alright currently in the Pro League. Meanwhile, over on ONU's side, we have a Cat, Fizz, and Olaf ban. Olaf, a very powerful, oh my goodness, powerful jungler going on here, with Fizz and Cat also being some pretty strong mid laners. Always fun to see some extra bans. And we're going to start off with an Echo pick. Always love to see Echo being played. Always a great time, either going to be jungle or mid here. Most likely jungle. He has seen some love in the last few seasons here, over in the jungle side. And we're going to wait here to see what ONU counters with, or whatever they have left open here with 10 seconds left to spare. Hope you guys are doing wonderfully and happily today. I'll be definitely looking for the chat for some more prompts if I'm ever bored or have nothing to talk about. But as I was rambling on there, we have Renekton picked most likely for the top lane here. Always fun to see him coming around, the grand old Crocodile Dundee. Great top laner, and it looks like we're going to have a Kai'Sa ADC here, and we will. Also a pretty good ADC player with a little bit of an AP scaling along with the rest of her AD. Great engage along with our Renekton. Both could be looking pretty well here. Renekton starting off a fight strongly, especially with a strong ultimate with Kai'Sa coming in the backline. And we're going to see what CSU has for this Echo. Who's he going to be pairing up with? Gotta love water. And that's going to be a Tristana ADC countering into that Kai'Sa here. A pretty interesting matchup here. Tristana might have the upper edge, Avison. She does have a pretty wide, she has a wider escape, and it's going to be the Nautilus support with her as well. Definitely a pretty deadly combo down there in the bot lane, with some extra tank going on for Tristana here. See if they're going to pick out a support. Might be looking to counter here, but instead they're going to go for the jungle, the Elise jungle. A very solid pick at any Pro League match going on here. You can never go a day without seeing her in Pro League, which I've always seen to be true. And we're going to be moving back on to the regular bans. So it looks like we're going to be having our top ADC and jungle for ONU here, and for CSU it's going to most likely be a jungle here with the full bot lane picked out. They're going to be banning Rise, assuming that Echo is going to be being played in the jungle, which is definitely a smart choice here, and Silas ban as well as in, but neither team has a mid laner yet. Which Silas, oh man, if my friend Zeko was here, he would not be happy. Everyone remembers Zeko for being fresh. He was casting with me earlier yesterday, and it's always a great time here. Oh, it looks like, well, hello there. Howdy there, Dave. You popped in. Great time seeing you here. Maybe some mic issues going on here. We have my wonderful co-caster showing up here just last second, and that's to be granted. We might have a pause in the beginning of the match here, namely due to the fact that the internet has been bad for pretty much everyone around the US here, which is always fun. But as I was rambling on again, we have an Orin ban going up here against any top lane picks. Definitely a strong top lane that we not be seeing this match, and another mid ban here of a Syndra. Orin is always one you do not want to see or play against, especially. Definitely good for the Renekton man as well. Hello, Dave. I can hear you.
Hello. Yeah, I have some mic issues, but I fixed it last minute. What's up?
Oh, don't worry. You're fine. Stuff is happening. How are you doing today, my friend?
Pretty good. Not much going on. Staying inside. So.
Yeah, that's definitely a safe option here.
Yeah.
Happen as
you, Onu. Okay, I'm catching up still, looking at the bands, but right now I really do like ONU's team. I mean, the Renekton at least is a classic top lane combo where they look for early aggression, and as soon as they hit level 3, they can pretty much dive Shen, who might have some difficulty in that lane. Because Renekton is a pretty big top lane bully, and into Shen, I mean, Shen just kind of farms it out and then looks for ours, but Renekton could probably get some plays off with some jungle help.
Yeah, while looking in the bot lane, we just had that Thresh pick for ONU just a little bit ago. That's a Kai'Sa Thresh combo against just on Nautilus. It's going to be absolutely insane down there with the hooks flying left and right. And both members able to dodge pretty well here. And we're going to have the Orianna picked out for mid for CSU. I guess an unknown mid for ONU here. Orianna is also great as well, having that wonderful ult combo. But their teams have some pretty solid front line here and a lot of team fight potential for our CSU side. But that's going to be a Mordekaiser counter too. Ooh, always exciting to see him played.
Yeah, I mean, that could be flexed either way. That could be more top or mid, but I do think that'd probably be going mid. Renekton as a Orianna sounds pretty dreadful. But, I mean, yeah, I mean, both these teams are really well drafted. I think it can go either way. CSU definitely has a very team fight oriented comp. They have like the Orianna and then the Shen and Echo ball delivery, and then Tristana is usually okay, but I definitely favor Kai'Sa over Tristana late game. So if it ever gets to that point, yeah, I think they're going to be having a rough time in the bot lane.
It's definitely going to be an interesting match. These are some pretty hard-hitting teams on both sides. And more or less it just kind of comes down to how well they will be playing here. I did see that Kled ban. I'm not quite sure, and I'm not a top laner, so I have no idea if Kled has been doing well or not in recent games, but I have seen him picked a lot, especially in the recent GG League matches here.
I think Kled is a good top laner, but he's really good in the jungle right now. They recently changed him a bit so he can actually jungle. And it's completely terrifying to face a Kled jungle because he just runs into your lane at Mach 7 with his ultimate, and you know, it's really hard to escape. So I ban it too, honestly.
Oh yeah. Always terrifying to see him pop up. That Shen Renekton top lane though, it seems a little bit one-sided on Renekton's side here, especially while he does have the auto attack blocks, the ultimate block still will do damage to Shen, along with the stun will just wait out his W, so might be a bit one-sided unless that Mordekaiser is going top here, which it might be, unless ONU is in what is it, LCS order here. That Mord might be going top, but we'll see here in just a second.
I'd be confused if it was Renekton mid in the Orianna. It's like not really a good matchup. Renekton counters a lot of mid matchups that are melee, so I'd hope they're not in order. I think that's worst case scenario. I think Renekton does fine in the Shen as long as you don't die early and give up your lead.
Yeah. Stay safe till 3 and better yet 6. And the Shen I'll be struggling.
They could flex it. Guess we'll see what happens.
Oh yeah, maybe there's some meta build we don't know about yet.
No.
Always...
As soon as they remove Sojin, Renekton's been a lot harder to build on.
Mm-hmm.
You can kind of go whatever. I've seen people go Blade of the Ruin King recently, and they go Bork instead of other items like Black Cleaver. It just sort of shreds through people, but it's not like the best build ever. It's not as good as Sojin.
Oh yeah.
But we'll see.
Once the mighty has fallen, top lane is getting more complicated by each day. Renekton's always fun to see play though, especially the Mordekaiser as well. These two teams are... It's going to be a very interesting matchup. Both teams here have some pretty good ultimates. But namely for team fight wise, I would definitely say... I would definitely say our wonderful CSU might have the upper hand alt-wise. Some strong team fighting ults, Nautilus and Orianna combo definitely working out.
I don't know. I think both teams have really good team fight potential, but I definitely think ONU's team comp is a lot harder to execute. So depending on how they play the early mid game is going to determine like how. Or I mean, from that point on, then we'll be able to tell like how team fights are going to go because their team fight, they have a very high, potential. Like if they just make insane outplays with their champions, and they can make it happen, but. For CSU, it's very standard. It's like we just do one thing, and that's find a shockwave with some sort of ball delivery system, and then clean up with Tristana. But
well, it looks like it looks like it's going to be a really big skill matchup here between these two teams, CSU and ONU over here in Ohio. But in just a couple minutes here, we'll be going down to the ref to see how that plays out, and we'll see you guys there in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Michael. I'm one of the co-founders of GGLeagues, and I hope all of you guys are staying safe and healthy.
Hi guys, I'm Abby. Most of you probably know me as Not Too Shabby in the Discord, and I am your resident league manager for GGLeagues.
And I'm Griffin Kemp. I am a marketing intern here at GGLeagues. I don't work at Cloud9, I'm sorry.
Hey everyone, this is Eric from GGLeagues. With the coronavirus sweeping the globe, I know it's been a stressful time for everybody, even though we joke as gamers that it hasn't really changed our lives at all. But with that, we wanted to take some time to update all of you on how the coronavirus has affected our leagues and our company. We also wanted to share a little bit how we're helping to maintain the esports community and camaraderie during this difficult time.
And first off, really, in the interest of everyone's health and safety in the middle of this pandemic, we have unfortunately had to cancel all of our in-person events for this season. This is really not an easy thing for us to do because we really love seeing everyone come to our in-person and final and really get to meet everyone in person. We wanted to bring some of our sweet props so that way everyone can kind of take pictures with that also. And so we really, really thank all of you guys who have worked with us to host these in-person events. And we really appreciate your excitement and hard work. And we really want to thank you guys as players who are planning on coming out to our in-person event. As a result of this pandemic, though, we will be finishing our spring seasons completely online with playoffs and finals running as planned, but unfortunately, it will just be online. We're holding a vote to see what other types of rewards you guys would want as a community. So please go to your Discord and be sure to vote in that.
Yeah, and I know that, GG Leagues has spread pretty far in terms of what states we encompass, but if you didn't know, we're actually based in Chicago. So for us here, we've all been working from home to protect ourselves and to slow the speed that the virus spreads to others, because we know that it's not just about us, it's not just about you guys, it's about our families, it's about everybody in our community, it's about making sure we're protecting each other, right? And so we're all still dedicated to bringing you the same league experience that you've had the entire time, but it's just going to be online mostly.
For sure. And I mean, even amidst all the disruption caused by the whole coronavirus pandemic, our mission to build community and really connect gamers to each other really remains the same. And so, we've seen people in the esports community, some of them being you guys, you players here in GG Leagues, organize hangouts, tournaments, events, and everything to support the community during these tough times and everything. The great thing about esports is its versatility and its ability to connect people, no matter how far apart we are. You know, we at GG Leagues want to continue connecting gamers to each other, but for now, only from the comfort of each gamer's houses.
With so many schools already in a remote learning environment, we here at GG Leagues want to make sure that we can continue to support you guys. Building gaming communities has always been what our biggest passion and mission is here at the company. And so we're thinking of ways that we can continue to help your gaming communities stay connected while everyone's away from campus. That's why for the duration of the whole coronavirus pandemic, we're offering to support intramural leagues for Rocket League and League of Legends to all interested schools for free as a way to keep the students engaged and connected with one another as everyone's away from school. The intramural leagues themselves will be competitions that allow students within the school to play in a casual, fun way against one another. The leagues will run roughly 6 weeks and will be completely online. How they'll work is GG Leagues will set up a league on our website, make it easy for your school to invite players into the league, and then from there you'll get access to the same GG Leagues experience that you see in our statewide leagues, where we'll create the leagues, we'll update the standings, we'll create the schedule, and we'll provide referees to make sure everything runs smoothly. All the schools have to do is be responsible for getting word out about this opportunity to your community. So either blasting it in your Discord, sharing it with students that are away from school, and just getting people signed up. We'll have 3 different potential start dates for this, either April 7th, April 13th, or April 20th. And so if this is something that you're interested in, definitely let us know.
So as Eric was saying, if you're interested in, hanging out with me, my referees, some fellow students from your school, even if there's some staff who are interested, send us an email at intramurals@ggleagues.com. Put the subject line as something like, my school's interested in doing an intramural league. And please, in the body of the email, include, what state your school is in, what school, and who might be the best point of contact for those intramural leagues.
And so during these hard times, we are really thankful for the whole entire community we have here at GG Leagues. Not only us here at the workplace, but you guys who have been really a part of this whole thing kind of building up. And so it's really a strong reminder for all of us that why community is the driving force behind not just esports, but everything that we do here at GG Leagues. And so if there's any way that we can help your communities out, please let us know and stay safe and healthy as we endure this pandemic.
Thanks a lot, everyone.
And welcome back, GG Leagues fan, for this wonderful Ohio Division B match between CSU League B team and the ONU Varsity LOL team. I am Merchant. I'm here with my wonderful friend Dave. How you doing today, Dave?
Doing pretty good. Not too much going on. Been playing a ton of Animal Crossing in my free time. But, yeah, that's about it. I mean, Animal Crossing League. What else can I get? Anyways, I'm gonna hop right into the game. Looks like both teams are just doing a little 5-point start, playing safe.
Oof. Bit of a disconnect here. Hopefully any reconnects are happening, but it looks like Thresh is still in, so might just be a little bit delayed here. Some early ward placement, trying to scare away that just down. Ooh. A nice Q shot from Mordekaiser there.
Yeah, I think he just gets that back once he starts up his camps. But Elise is gonna back and get a sweeper, which is the classic jungle thing to do now. It's kind of meta. You put down a ward, get some early vision in their jungle, then you swap to sweepers so you can sweep out a ward if they warded your jungle, and it's just really effective. So when Elise goes topside to those wraiths, and she's passing the ward that Mordekaiser ping, she can just clear it out, get a little bit of extra gold and vision scores, so it's hyper effective.
Huh, what do you know? I didn't even know that. I used to play jungle a little bit more, so What do you know, folks? Today you are learning special facts with Dave here about when you're trying to play jungle.
Yeah, I mean,
Always fun.
I am trying to become a teacher in the future, so
Ah, would you
gotta
look at
start somewhere.
that?
Gotta start somewhere.
Oh yeah, always gotta
All right,
start
next we're gonna be learning quadratics. So first off, you have to understand.
Oh man. Today we're gonna understand quantitative reasoning. The answer is you don't. Oh jeez. A little bit trades happening here with Renekton not being too scared about that Orianna, who's just kind of wailing away on him. Everyone's playing safe here with some trades happening down here in the bot lane. Oh,
Oh,
and we
pause.
have a disconnect here with a quick pause. On pause right afterwards. So we're having some issues here and there. Look at the chat here. Steph, you are exactly right. This happened last night too. Both matches, we had a lot of pauses. And that's just internet issues. Everyone's experiencing it. So many people are home.
I mean, honestly, when I was having, when I have internet issues in a tournament game, I'm just like, so what? You know, if it puts me at a disadvantage, I mean, whatever.
That happens.
I'm
Ooh, a
gonna-
bit of a
I'm gonna
gank
still
here
go
happened
for
from Elise.
Has the
Alright.
flash up, has the Renekton there. They have all sums.
But I guess it was just the pressure. Ooh, the stun coming out from Renekton here. Not too scared of her. Doing solid damage to both members that have health. Ooh, Renekton landing that hook down in the bot lane though with the flake coming out. Fresh, the bomb landing on top of him too. Solid damage coming out here. Ooh, he's very low. The Ignite's gonna get him. Just on a flash and he's getting down, getting that first blood. But meanwhile in the mid lane, Renekton is getting double camped here by Echo, who's just gonna hunt him down, and the chase continues here. Ping's coming out left to right. He's praying for help, but the flash comes out, and he's not gonna survive. Ooh, a little bit of damage down from Mordekaiser and Shen here. Ooh, Shen getting pulled right back into the damage here. And that's gonna dissipate real quick as Echo's coming in, but Mordekaiser's not too afraid whatsoever. Taking solid damage, staying trapped in his member, having the flash to try to get to Elise, who's not gonna help out in the end. Shen's gonna pick up that kill with Elise diving in towards that Echo, completely avoiding the Shen. And she's gonna get taken down too. We are 3 minutes in focus, so that's gonna be a 4-1 just across the entire map here.
Yeah, this Echo is playing out of his mind in this early game. Gonna pick up 2 kills and also the assist in top lane with the Shen, and also mid lane. I mean, you have to respect the Echo burst. When he E's, while he's in that animation and he's clicking on you, he can throw out his Q, and that's going to guarantee that it hits. So Mordekaiser wasn't expecting to get Echo passive right to the face, which chunked him from to 10% health, and that's how they were able to kill him before Elise was even there to
Oh, yeah.
respond. So yeah, well played by Echo, just having tons of map pressure, but they're also going to get on the
Ooh.
side of ONU, they're going to pick up a kill
Yeah.
on Kai'Sa, which is actually pretty decent. I think Kai'Sa has one of the worst early games as an ADC, so it's good that she picked something up. But gonna win the hook, Thresh could be looking for something.
Yeah.
Just gonna walk away.
Yeah, no Elise and no Kai'Sa to back him up there. So he's just gonna stay far away, just harass a little bit after they got that scuttle. They don't really care anymore. But it was absolutely insane here. Especially getting that first blood over on Tristana is going to make it a pretty hard matchup here for that Kai'Sa early on. Ooh, the hook diving between the minions, but not going to find anything. But meanwhile, Mordekaiser's absolutely pulling in the Shen here as Shen is trying to block the damage of that passive here with his W, but not doing much as it does not block magic damage. He's slowly getting taken down by that passive. He's going to have to back up all the way to tower here. Absolutely oppressive in that top lane, and Echo might be looking to gank up there a little bit more.
Yeah, that's a pretty hard matchup for Shen. Can't really do too much against the Mordekaiser. As you said, that his shield doesn't stop magic damage, so he's going to pretty much take full damage to the face besides a couple more to autos. But even if Mord doesn't get the auto off, it still procs his passive, so which is that sort of ring of death around him that does AoE. So even though he doesn't do the auto damage, he still gets the passive proc. So I think that's why Mordekaiser is so good in the Shen. But gonna land a hook here, not gonna take it.
Yeah, not too much damage after all, landing it on the tank, especially with Tristana with landing some solid damage nearby. But it looks like Echo might be looking to gank right in lane here, sitting on that far bush. The members are playing it far back. They really don't want to engage this because they know something's up. Just waiting for the next wave to crash into their tower here.
Yeah, they don't have any wards on those
Ooh.
alcove bushes, so not gonna find anything but Renekton. Finding a good gank with Elise.
Yeah, solid damage landing out here, but not getting any sums. Just getting that solid pressure here. Meanwhile, Echo is playing the long con. He's waiting for that engage as the hook lane's in from Thresh. Thresh flying as well. They don't notice it as Nautilus is slowly getting chunked down, but Kai's gonna get picked off in the backline by that Tristana. Thresh landing some damage and Elise coming nearby to try to sleep it up here. Landing solid damage with the Flame missing from Thresh here. So Elise is unfortunately not gonna be making it alive with the ultimate landing right on top of Nautilus here, keeping him alive. That's 4 members down the bot lane. Thresh is alone and stuck in a tower. Echo's looking for that solid pressure to get some damage out. We might see that here in a couple moments, but that was insane. It's a real shame that Thresh missed that play there.
Yeah, that was absolutely big brain by Nautilus. Just tanked the Thresh hook and was like, this is gonna bait them into trying to kill me, and that just that's gonna let my jungler just walk up and one-shot the ADC. So yeah, well played the Nautilus, and also Shen, who saved him at like the last second. So pretty well played. Shen just gonna walk up maybe the mid lane, gonna have to get back to his lane. He's down in CS right now, but the map pressure that he's had, despite that, has been enormous.
Yeah, getting enormous. So enormous that they're gonna get that first strike here as they're trying to go in on Elise. Echo just walking in the bush, seeing Elise backing off, just like this is trying to get that blue buff as Elise smites. Don't know what that interaction was, honestly. But while Shen's having a rough time up there in top lane, his pressure on the map has been absolutely immense. Definitely helping out here. It's along with that Echo, who's a solid 3-0-2 here earlier on. Laying the bubble and trying to possibly get some damage or Renekton if he stayed nearby. Nothing coming out of it though, as he's just gonna force him to back here.
Yeah, Fed Echo is really scary to play against because once he gets Runic Echoes, Proto Belt, and Lichbane, he can one-shot you with a QE combo into his Proto Belt. It's just kind of over for you. And also, he also has insane survivability. So if he's fed, can one-shot you, can also like get out really easily with his Chrono Shift. You know, it's really hard to deal with. And as an Elise, you can't really do anything against it. And pretty much the entire team for ONU is pretty squishy, besides maybe Thresh, but he's not really like a true tank. So looks like Echo's gonna have a field day unless they have the numbers advantage.
Yeah, definitely. A little bit of a pressure building here from Mordekaiser. Everyone's staying safe, and lanes are staying pretty relatively normal. But the main places we're going to be looking out for fights, especially that bot lane and the junglers, even more so. They have been both of them have been doing very well at trying to rush in a lane here and helping both their members, well, all their team members here. Even the Elise, even though she is down 0-2, she's been doing absolutely massive here. As she's going to be popping in on that Shen, trying to get shut down here. As Echo's also nearby, the ultimate pop by Mordekaiser, trying to grab that Shen, who's going to dash over the wall here. Elise is being chased down by Echo in that top lane. Echo's going to back off as Mordekaiser pops out of the death realm, landing solid damage on top of Echo, but he has that ultimate. He's ready to raid it. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, solid pressure being pushed down there, but Echo is not letting up either. He's trying to dive in there, get some more damage out. Shen coming back in too, looking for some help there, but it's 3 members over by that Rift Herald, and looks like CSU is going to be getting that Rift as well with very little contesting.
Yeah, CSU don't really need to pick up the kill, they just need to get health bars low so they can secure the next objective. I mean, so far they've subdued the Cloud Dragon. If they get this Rift Herald, it's going to be really big, but Nautilus has a dredge line onto Kaisa.
Yeah, the ultimate coming out there, but with the Thresh Lantern, no one getting on it on time, she's going to get out just fine. Meanwhile, Renekton doing some solid damage, laying the sun on there, chunking that Orianna to half health, but not being able to do much more. He's got the back up. But that ulti down in the bot lane from that Nautilus, it's a lot more pressure is going to be going on down there, most likely from ONU is what we're going to be seeing here. Not having to be too scared only of the hooks.
Yeah, in Champ Select, I thought this Renekton was going to have a much harder time into Orianna, but turns out he's actually been doing real good, and he's actually building that item I was talking about. He's going to be building Bork here, which is really good because it's going to do percent health damage. It's going to give him ability to trade in the side lane against an Orianna or a Shen. He uses the active, can slow them down, you know. So overall, it's just a pretty good buy for Renekton. Doesn't make up for what was lost with Sojin. Doesn't really give him that cooldown reduction.
Ooh, but the jump's happening here from Tristana as Fresh is gonna land that hook. Nautilus absolutely shooting down that Kaisa with the Shen ulti coming in as well, keeping that Tristana alive from the extra damage here in the burn. That was just a swift pickup kill by the bot lane there, and farm members are down with about a minute left on the Drake. They want to shove in this tower, get that pressure, drop the rift too, and probably go right to that dragon when they get the chance.
Yeah, I was about to say Echo has the rift shield, and they also have Shen down here, so they might as well just commit to this turret and then go for the second dragon that's spawning in 40 seconds. So it's gonna be pretty good for them. And also, like, if you're ONU and you're fighting in the bot lane, you have to just assume that it's gonna be a 3v2 at all times as soon as Shen gets that ultimate up. And it's about like a 2.5 minute cooldown. I think 3 minutes. But yeah, as I said, Echo just gonna get right out of there.
Yeah, Echo dove in there, biting a little more off that he could shoot. He just pressed the alt button. But they got that second charge on Shelly too, doing solid damage to that tier 2 tower there. As Drake has only about 10 seconds left to spawn, the members of ONU here are going to be scrambling, trying to get set up for that Drake so they don't get any more pressure here. But with that Ocean Drake, it looks like it's going to be their Mount or Infernal, so Infernal pretty much got on anyone, especially that Tristana getting some more AoE damage. But the Mountain Drake definitely good on the tankier members of Nautilus and Shen. But Shen, meanwhile, is going to get popped off in the backline here with Elise absolutely diving under tower, trying to do solid damage. Mordekaiser's passive is just chewing him down, and once one Q, he's going to be taken out swiftly. But it looks like while that was happening, one kill for a Drake is all that C wants, as they're going to be diving in towards that Thresh. Landing a solid damage to the Q coming out of nowhere by Nautilus. Absolutely destroying that Thresh that's going to get a kill picked up by Tristana. We have 2 3-0 members here over on CSU. They got 2 Drakes, they have 8 kills, and they are looking pretty solid with only 13 minutes in the match.
I'm not sure how I feel about that trade, a kill for a dragon. I feel like the dragon would have been much more effective. I mean, they knew Shen didn't have the ultimate, so it would have been a much easier fight for ONU, but instead they're going to get 1 kill, which was just traded seconds ago. Echo just gonna get out of there. Has the chrono shift back up.
Echo going in on that Elise. Elise has no escape options anymore. She wasted it earlier on. And the flash getting popped by Mordekaiser to avoid the hook by Nautilus. The teams are just wrapping up really well here. Ooh, the hook coming off from Thresh though. Some solid damage landing on top of Nautilus, but he's just gonna shake it off and walk away. But yeah, CSU is absolutely playing this game quite well. They are objective focused, they're tower focused, they're just going at it.
I mean, objectively, they're ahead in CS, they're ahead in gold, they're ahead in levels, they're ahead in objectives. So, you could say that, you know, they are playing better, but there's still a little bit of hope for ONU. I think if they just pour their resources into Kaisa, then they could have some real chances. But Kaisa has a really, you know, rough time ahead of her. I mean, she only has the Manamune built right now. She has to deal with the Nautilus CC and also the Shen CC and also the Echo Burst. So, you know, actually, maybe it's not so easy for the Kaisa to really stay alive in the fights.
Yeah, well, anything happens here at GGLeagues. We've had some crazy comebacks popping up, and, you know, we're only 15 minutes in. Tower playing just went down only about a minute ago, so we have a lot of mid-game still left to look forward to. As pressure's being wrapped up, top lane's now bot, and I don't know what else. I guess top lane's still top. Things are happening. Mordekaiser's going to be taking down that tower as Echo pops up nearby to stop him. Not really chasing in there as the bot lane is now mid. Cleaning up what's going on there. Everyone's just trying to get vision. Also, we have that Mountain Drake. That Mountain still coming up here, which is going to be definitely good for either team here, especially for the tankier members. Especially for that Nautilus and that Shen here getting even beefier. And the other members just again some extra stats here to stay alive longer. Ooh, but meanwhile, Elise and Renekton are going to catch the Shen out alone. Smite coming out and the stuns landing on top. He's not going to survive that immense amount of damage here coming out from that Renekton, who's going to take that kill and just got more pressure on that bottom tower.
Yeah, and that's the combo that you typically see from Renekton and Elise. Elise lands the cocoon, Renekton comes in, lands the W stun, and they just have a lot of burst damage, so they can kill really effectively. But you know what I'm scared about is that Renekton, he falls off late game. Elise, she kind of falls off late game. Or at least she doesn't do as much damage unless she lands a cocoon. So, you know, they probably should have been using that combo more effectively earlier. They should have been looking for, you know, that cocoon stun combo when it mattered, when they had dragons up, when there was the Rift Herald to take, but instead they didn't really get anything with it. They just pick up sort of like a constellation kill, and you know, that constellation kill in the bot lane, you know, that's going to lead to
another kill
CSU
here, maybe.
Getting, they're going to get Rift Herald.
Yeah, but it might be another kill here too, as they're just waiting down there for back up, and that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna get taken down by Elise with their next time being pop up. That's another tower for them, but CSU is gonna be getting that Rift Herald. And it's going to be Echo picking that up, so they might be looking to drop it mid here. Well, in order to defend that bottom tower, those two members are just going to clear down that bottom wave of all outside towers. Rift getting pulled in by Thresh there, trying to hold it off a little bit longer, but that tower's going to get taken down nonetheless. Echo diving in there with a bubble, trying to possibly catch that Kai'Sa off guard here. Doing solid damage with the second charge from Shelly. Will still keep her alive. They might even get the third charge off here since no other members are popping up. Echo getting caught by the hook and the flame missing. Staying out of the ult, the shockwave missing as well. While Mordecai is going to be pulling two members here and dragging the tank into the death realm here. The burn heading Echo, they got the back off after they got the last charge from Shelly. Ooh, the hook just barely missing from Thresh. And CSU is going to back up here, realizing that they're quite low and that dragon's up as well.
I mean, if they don't contest this dragon, I'm not really sure what their game plan is, because they need to get this dragon to really stay in this game. You know, that gives Kai'Sa a little bit more survivability against that Echo. You know, it's not about having, it's also about denying. So if they also take a couple dragons, then that's going to delay any possibility of a team getting soul for the next like 20 minutes. So they should definitely pick this up, because that means that the bare minimum time that it's going to take for any team to get soul is going to be at least 10 minutes. So yeah, you want to pick that one up. But Echo has the ultimate again, has smite up. This is definitely going to be a 50-50 for sure.
Yeah, a couple seconds here. They're going to get that Drake, but Echo knows he has that ult up. Diving in towards that Thresh with Tristana and Nautilus close behind. Absolutely leaving the rest of the team alone and just popping off on that Thresh here. Meanwhile, Shen is nearby, trying to catch the members off guard here with the E. Meanwhile, blocking Elise off, who's going to start scuttling right towards the enemy base here. Echo also trying to poke off on the side there. He's trying to juke them, but the flash coming out here might not be enough. That the E is landing on top here. Tristana is chasing nearby as well. Jump will be coming up in probably just a couple seconds here. But one single shot is going to do it, and it's going to take down that Elise. And another tower is actually going down as well. Red team's going to take down one of the blue towers here. Looks like it's going to be the top tower. As the fight's going on.
Doesn't matter too much.
Oh,
big shockwave coming out, and Echo's gonna pick up another kill on the Kai'Sa.
Yeah, Echo's gonna pick up a double kill with the Shen ulting and to keep that Echo alive from tower shots. Oriana's gonna get that tower here as well. A solid pickup, Echo holding no fear. He is 7-0-3, 700 gold bounty. He's absolutely destructive this match.
Yeah, and I mean, this is just, you know, CSU, they had the better early game, and since their champions are kind of easy to execute, besides the Echo, it's just really, you know, efficient for them, because now that they're ahead, they can use like their game-changing ultimates and you know, team fight tools really take over early. They don't have to wait to scale for anything. They just jump right into the pit, you know, fight.
Oh yeah. And looks like we have some pings up, as in that Marian is up as well. It's the next objective. They're going to be looking for it. Elise nearby with Renekton staying up there alone near that Tristana, who's also got a bounty on his head. Already has bounty on her head. Sorry about that. Solid damage coming out here, and another tower is going to be destroyed over in the mid lane here. Definitely picking that up here for the members. Seep's coming out, trying to get some extra vision. Elise and Renekton by 4 members here. Alright, they're going to have to play it back and play it safe. While Shen and Mordecai are going to chill in the bot lane. Mordecai's, Shen kind of hiding away. I don't know what he's doing there. He might be looking for the easy access gang, but it looks like Echo, ooh, trying to go in there, trying to get some people at the bubble. Everyone's hiding here. Everyone's hiding during these matches.
Yeah, not a ton to do. Here's Mordekaiser. We'll skirmish with Shen. That's gonna be the ulti used from Tristana. She doesn't really have an escape. That's gonna be shutdown. But also kill picked up in the mid lane. Gonna kill Thresh. Now Mordekaiser skirmish with Shen, has the ultimate blown in the death realm. Gonna pick him up. That's gonna be a 2-for-1 for the side of Onyu.
Yeah, Mordekaiser picking up that extra kill on the Shin, who just keeps stepping far forward. Echo not scared of this Kai'Sa at all, landing on bubble, getting waves that ulti to stay alive to get that mid tower. But meanwhile, Mordekaiser's down there as well, but he has some enemies popping up to keep him back. Elise is alone and taking down this absolutely massive Echo here. The bubble landing to almost directly on top of her. Echo not playing scared as Thresh arrives too. The Flay coming on the hook landing too. The Ignite's gonna start burning him down. He's not gonna see much of life. He's gonna get shut down by that Elise. A very strong shutdown here, but he's gonna get the inhib as well. So honestly, it's an interesting trade going on there.
I mean, that's like 1,000 gold on Echo's head that Elise just got. So that's gonna be extra big. Elise probably gonna finish Zanya's now. Or if she already backed, then she's gonna finish it soon. But you know, Dragon gonna be up in a minute about, so I'm definitely gonna look forward to seeing both teams fight over this objective. You know, they have almost all their shumps. They're actually gonna start up the Baron right now. That's a ballsy move.
No Echo up, so they're not too scared of the rest of the team here, but they might be holding their breath on that one. Mordekaiser diving in here while Shen is in the backline going after that Kai'Sa, shutting her down. Orianna getting as well with Renekton's getting the tank here. Another kill happening on here with Renekton getting that Shen and Tristana getting on top of that Thresh. It's gonna be, oh my goodness, it's gonna be an absolute 3-for-3 here with Renekton and Elise having to run away from Tristana and Echo, who's back up. Tristana and Echo, strongest members on their team right now, are just gonna completely solo this Baron. They're not too scared of the remaining two members who have to back all the way up to get some extra health.
Now, here's what I'm scared about. ONU fought that team fight 5v4 and still lost 3 members. I mean, Echo wasn't even there, so imagine if Echo was there. So, things aren't looking too good for ONU. I mean, I'd be concerned if I had the numbers advantage and still lost, like, the same amount. I feel like that's just kind of tragic, but, you know, Echo low has the ultimate, though.
Yeah, Echo has that ultimate, and while he's low, you know, Tristana's just trying to stick it by the wall here, getting absolutely picked off by the Elise. I wonder if she was trying to back and something happened. Don't know what's going on there, but unfortunately she will fall and getting that extra kill towards Elise here as the rest of ONU are back up and ready, and they're going to start cleaning out vision and might be looking towards this Drake here.
Yeah, not sure what Tristana was doing there. They kind of just lost a lot of dragon pressure, so it's going to be another 4v5. For ONU. Hopefully they take this. I mean, they have 13 seconds. They can honestly just start this up and wait it out until Echo comes in the pit. They can definitely lock him down. I mean, they have Elise. They had Mordekaiser ultimate to keep Echo out of the pit, and they're going to actually just go for the 50-50 and find it. Echo going to ult out. And yeah, well played the ONU taking that numbers advantage. Team fight, not even having the fight and picking up the dragon.
Yeah, but meanwhile...
Any chance of for a while. Thresh landing a good hook and Flay.
Yeah, ulti landing on top of Nautilus here, trying to keep him alive. It's not Rampage coming up from... Oh, the Echo's caught it alone with no ulti. He's getting taken down by Mordekaiser. ONU are showing up to this fight and saying, look at me. But meanwhile, Mordekaiser's going to be taking some solid damage on top here from Tristana, who's just going to get absolutely chewed out by the Renekton there. And Elise is looking for that Lone Shen and Orianna there. They're just going to go straight for that Baron. They have 3 strong members from the opposing team here completely gone, and so they're not scared at all to be taking this.
Yeah, and this Kai'Sa is slowly ramping up. Currently has 2 of the 3 items that she needs to get all upgrades on her abilities. So after this Baron, she might have enough for that Nash's Tooth, maybe. I'm not sure how much gold she has. I mean, she's not really that ahead either. But when she starts getting those items, I mean, we've seen what this team on ONU can do without her. But as soon as Kai'Sa starts to get strong, I mean, that Mordekaiser and Elise Renekton combo is just going to be that more effective. they're actually winning team fights now, which is something I wasn't really expecting. But they're finding good picks, and they're taking fights where they know they have the advantage, where they have the better positioning. So that's really helping them a lot.
Oh yeah, with multiple shutdowns, especially for that Elise there, and Kai'Sa's still landing some solid damage even though she is low. But they're actually capping out the gold here. They've brought that gold lead back around even though they're still down in kills and they are down in towers.
They're currently up in gold.
Oh yeah, they're totally up in gold right now. They're rocking it.
Brought it back. I mean, most of the gold on the side of CSC was on Echo and Tristana, but those are the two members that keep getting, caught out. And but the last time Echo had to use his ultimate to get out of the Dragon Pit, so we can't really judge him using his ultimate badly. I mean, he didn't really have the choice. But he's going to have it next fight, which is going to make things a little bit trickier. So, honestly, if you're ONU, I think play it safe. Look to burn key ultimates. Keep getting those dragons. And, they don't really need to go for a big team fight because I don't think they win the big team fight because Orianna and Shen, they have to burn something to get something.
Yeah, they definitely do. And that Renekton, being a bit interested in that fight going on. The Renekton's absolutely popping off here, 5-1 on the side of ONU, holding the lane strong, and looks like he's gonna be splitting here as Shen pops up with the other members coming to force him back. He knows where he's not wanted, so he's gonna leave here with Echo down there in bot lane, trying to fight up against that Mordekaiser with Elise coming in nearby, probably looking for a fight here. That's another tower down in the mid lane here. The towers are all matched up now. Oh, is the grab lands from Mordekaiser here. You're having to use the ulti. The Echo is going to be taking some solid damage. Shen ulting in as well, trying to keep that Mordekaiser off. Mordekaiser taking solid damage though, but he's gonna be dragging Shen into the Delta realm, landing that Q and taking a nice piece of blood with him. Meanwhile, the rest of the team shows up. The ulti landing on top of Mordekaiser here, but at least picking up the Echo as well. She's gonna Zanya's to try to hold it back, but it's gonna get shut down by the Orianna. Meanwhile, the rest of the members of ONU are just looking at this as a minor setback. They're going to get some extra towers here. All the outer towers are going to be down here, with the inhibs are going to be left. Yeah, not scared at all. Oop. Leaving a little bit open there. One auto, come on! It's
That's
like 10 health.
I mean, they can get that later, for sure. But, I mean, that's a really good play for ONU. I mean, they only sent 2 members down bot, and they're going to get 2 members, a tower. They got all the inhib towers except that one in the middle, but I'm not really going to count that one. It's going to die, like, if someone hits it, so honestly, they could just run at it and, like, breathe on it, but...
Oh, yeah. Just gotta go over there and sneeze. Spread some corona. We'll take that tower down instantly.
Yeah, definitely ONU in the driver's seat right now. I mean, they're down in kills, but they've been playing the last, 10 minutes really calculated. They've been very calculated with their plays and, burning stuff out of CSU to really pull the advantage.
Yeah, that Echo, while still strong, isn't looking too strong now with Elise matching it up. But meanwhile, that Drake's coming up here. Echo's going to be laying that bubble, trying to see if he can catch him off guard. Meanwhile, they don't see anyone in the pixel brush. They don't know that the Mordekaiser's there, and now Renekton waiting there instead. Members are kind of dancing around, trying to start up something while Shen is going to push. Looks like it's going to be ONU starting it up with Renekton way nearby, getting the stun down on top of the tank, and he's going to have to hook away. Leading some extra pressure here. Echo's going to be diving into the backline, trying to get it. He's going to smite the dragon, but he's going to get a shockwave down here as well. Meanwhile, solid damage zone is popping off left and right. Echo's going to get away with Mordekaiser driving the tank into the death realm here, completely leaving the rest of the team open to the blind as Echo's having the TP in here. Solid damage as they're going to shut down that Shen, who's just alone, and Nautilus is on the run away from this Mordekaiser. Hooking to try to get away here, probably the wrong direction there. He's heading right for the enemy base, and he's just going to get shut down there as well. And it looks like ONU are bringing this thing back around.
Yeah, this is likely going to be all their inhibs going down. They can't really defend against this. Orianna doesn't have shockwave yet. And critical thing for that fight is that Shen didn't even have his ultimate, and he also TP'd super late, so able to get out quick. But here is Echo, big damage, has ultimate, gonna take down Elise, that last Tristana auto coming in.
She
That's
barely made.
It's a little unfortunate, but
yeah, she barely made it out. Yeah, that single auto attack from Oriana is gonna shut her down. Real shame there.
Yeah, but it's now sole point for favor of CSU. They just need one more dragon. Honestly, I don't think ONU should have took the 50-50. I think they should have went for the fight strictly because Shen didn't have ultimate.
Oh yeah, Shen wasn't there. They could have won that off and
I
gotten the
guess they
dragon
wouldn't
as well.
know, but
Yeah.
if you have a basic idea of how long Shen ultimate is, it's about a minute. What is he level? He's level 16 yet?
He's level 13.
Yeah, so it's about I think it's about 2 minutes.
Yeah,
But if
it's a long.
if he has cooldown runes, it's about a minute and a half. So,
Yeah, doesn't look like he has any though. So he's pretty long cooldown here. You're right about that. About 2 minutes here. Not much CDR coming from his items either. Just the adaptive helm here. So Shen, pretty spooky here as the rest of the members are looking here, surrounding this Baron, trying to start something up.
yeah, this game is actually surprisingly close for how the early game went. Early game was really one-sided, but ONU just took it back. Now Baron's up. They're gonna be starting it on the side of CSU.
Yep, CSU is going to be starting that up. But ONU is looking for that extra pick here. They're being forced back by the Oriana, who has Shockwave ready. She's going to use it and grab a bunch of members here. He's coming in from Mordekaiser as well. Members are backing up here as it looks like Echo is going to be low. He's going to be popping that stopwatch. Solid damage coming left and right. Kaisa's getting some solid damage ball. Elite's going to shut down that Oriana here. They're completely diving into the sideline. Now the ultimate being used by Echo to try to keep himself alive, but that's going to be another 2 kills here. 3 down on the side of CSU as charging in. Low health bars, not too scared whatsoever. Oh, and the pullback! The pullback from the Echo, absolutely popping that Kaisa there. Jeez.
Yeah, gotta watch where you're stepping sometimes. But I mean, they have a big wave here. You know, they don't have a Baron or anything though, so I'm not really sure why they're in the base, and that's gonna be 2 members going down. Yeah, this was a big not really sure what they're doing there.
That's a double kill for Echo. They're picking up that Kaiser earlier, making it a triple. Renekton not too scared, trying to shut him down. He's gonna get it. He's gonna get the godlike, but he's gonna get shut down by the Tristana, giving him a solid gold lead there. Yikes! ONU holding that advantage are just kind of gonna blow it there, and they're gonna keep. They're gonna get Tristana even more fed, some extra cash here.
Yeah, that was not worth. That was definitely not worth. They kind of threw that. I mean, they didn't really have any reason to be in CSU's base. I mean, they had low health bars. Baron was up. I would have just reset, honestly, but now they got a 30-second depth timer on Renekton. So that's just going to stall things out more. But next dragon's up in a minute. This has to go ONU favored at this dragon. It has to, because if it doesn't, and if CSU get the dragon soul, things are looking pretty grim. But you know, Nautilus could be caught out here. At least doesn't have Cocoon. Use it earlier. Huck's gonna miss, and they're just prepping for a dragon right now.
Yeah, doing a bit of damage there as they're going for some deep vision as well. Again, the Renekton is down as their cooldowns are coming up with about 30 seconds left on this Mountain Drake. It's really do or die time for ONU here. Giving back a little bit of that advantage to that Echo and that Tristana. Giving them some solid kills and some shutdown gold as well. At least waiting over on the side, popping down some vision, clearing it out here. It looks like this might be ONU's dragon here, but Echo's showing up as well as Nautilus. Nautilus getting cut off by the Cocoon here. And it looks like ONU's going to be starting it up here.
Here's what I want to see ONU do. I want to see them start the dragon, drag it out, and look for a team fight when CSU overextend for it, because they shouldn't be doing 50-50s with the Echo who has ultimate, because he has nothing to lose, really.
Oh yeah, and it looks like that might be what they're trying to do here too. Might be listening here. They might be watching the stream here.
Thank God. You know what? Actually, I'm available. If any teams need advice, need coaching, hit me up at dave@gmail.com. No?
Doing some advising now.
Yeah.
Hey,
I mean,
man,
this is just the first free session. I mean, CSU should hit me up after. I mean, ONU should hit me up after this. But yeah, gonna start the dragon up. As I said, I don't want to see a 50-50. They should really just be fighting right now. See, look at that poke. The hook
Yeah,
hit right there. Oh, gonna.
Oh! Yeah, getting that Drake instead. They're gonna get Mordekaiser pulling the Echo into the death realm here. Echo having to pop that ulti, but solid damage lying on top of Kaisa. Kaisa getting a shutdown on Echo though. Meanwhile, it looks like Thrash get caught in the middle, gets shut out by Tristana. Triple kill for Kaisa here, picking off some late kills. The double flash coming here in the cleanse as well as Elise is diving in there, trying to catch off some of the low members here. Still chasing in, full health bar for Elise here. She's too scared, missing that cocoon. She's gonna be wrapping around here with the low.
This is likely a game. They have a
yes.
wave. They have long death timers. They can close this out right now. All they have to do is not dive.
Knock on wood. Knock heavily on wood here. Commentator's curse.
I don't have any wood. I have like a white plastic table, but
I mean, knock on that. That will work. Yeah, one tower down. They don't have the waves to get down the next one, but that timer is slowly coming down on that Echo and Shen here. About 5 more seconds. Meanwhile, Elise is getting chased away. Yeah, they're gonna reset here. It looks like.
The Baron, I think, would be really good here. They didn't get all the inhibs, but honestly, that's not too bad.
Yeah, they got 2 inhibs in a tower. That's worth it. Plus, they got that Drake too. They have 3 Mountain Drakes.
Yeah, honestly, I think the only reason like Kaisa is able to survive in these team fights is because they have 3 Mountain Dragons, which is keeping her alive. If she didn't have any of those dragons, that would have been an easy Echo one-shot onto her. But instead, I mean, she had the ultimate. She had all that extra resistances. I think 4 times 3, that's 12% resistances. That's pretty good.
Oh yeah, definitely strong. The extra resistance definitely help here, but it looks like CSU is starting to prep up for that Baron. They have the members up. The bubble there, just in case somebody was standing nearby. In case they decided to start it, though. ONU learned from their last mistake of charging into base on low health, and they know better. Mordekaiser playing some sweet jams as they go into possibly might be the final round here. As ONU starts circling around that Baron pit. A lot of pings coming out as this is do or die time once again. So this objective for nothing. ONU could just throw away the lead that they have slowly amassed on themselves late here in the game.
Yeah, and a little bit of poke. I mean, Shen's currently in the bot lane, doesn't have ultimate, has the TP up though, and again, ONU just look for the team fight. They don't have to start anything. They just have to poke them down easy, and actually they're going to be starting it. Now Mordekaiser does have ultimate. He can do what he did last time. He can just put Echo in the death realm, make sure it's not a 50-50, but they don't even have to do that. Echo isn't even closer, just going to burn the Baron down.
Yeah.
Not even a chance. Good hook by Thrash. Going to pick off Shockwave, though. Doesn't amount to anything.
Yeah, taking out that Nautilus though, getting rid of one of the tanky members. Meanwhile, it looks like Echo's going to be alone here against 3. But he's going to take some with him. Taking down one. Shen's popping up out of nowhere, launching that TP, getting another shutdown here on top of Kaisa. The rest of members of ONU going the opposite direction of their base here, going straight towards that Tristana. Completely surrounded by Shen and Echo. 2 for 1, going in the way of CSU. But it might be some more here. Echo getting pulled into the death realm here, and they're going to trade off kills there. Echo desperately trying to get that low Elise. But unfortunately, it's not going to be for them. And with about 1:30 left on this Drake here, ONU's just going to clear up their jungle and probably reset here.
I mean, I felt bad for Kaisa. I mean, Renekton, Mordekaiser, and Elise kind of just went on a wild goose chase and left her out to dry. That Echo is nasty, and unless she has a little bit of protection, I mean, she can't really do anything against him. As I've said, like, he throws his E and his Q at the same time, and he can get a guaranteed 3 proc hit on the Kaisa, which is just detrimental. Also, that ultimate took her to like 10% health, so they definitely have to watch out.
Kaisa's not really having any protective items here besides the Zanya's Hourglass. She's going to be building a Seal, which means another attack speed item. Possibly a Stormbracer? Probably not, if anything's telling me correctly.
I mean, that's a Zeal. That's probably going to be Essence Reaver.
Oh, yeah.
No, Phantom Dancer. It's probably going to be Phantom Dancer. That's really going to keep her alive in these team fights. And I'd be surprised if it wasn't Phantom Dancer, because honestly, seeing how... If you look at her health bar on like a graph over time, it's like it like goes up a little bit, and then it's just a big dip, and then it goes up, and then it's a big dip, and all of those dips are Echo diving onto her. So
when you
getting a Phantom Dancer would definitely decrease the dip quite a bit. Now
Gotta
Shen
fl-
doesn't have
gotta
ultimate
flatten
again.
it down, I
Mordekaiser
guess.
has ultimate, so this should be another easy dragon again. Just make sure that it's
Yeah.
not a 50-50. Force Echo over the wall.
Yes, fight for soul. Echo's gonna get that smite though. Completely
my
not
God.
pulling out that Drake. A blown opportunity by ONU, and they're just gonna start pushing towards that mid lane. But that's Mountain Soul. That's Mountain Soul for CSU here, which is I'm part of the council, and the council awards a single yike. Jeez.
I gave them the advice. They didn't take it. I
Man,
thought they were listening in. They aren't.
I guess they're not. Yeah.
But they're in the base now. I mean, Echo doesn't have. He's gonna have Smite back up in a second, but you know that
Smite.
Mountain Soul's gonna do a lot for CSU. I'm surprised they even went for that 50-50. Honestly, I would never take that ever, especially against
meanwhile,
Echo, because they don't
Solid
get anything
damage
back.
landing out here. The shockwave landing as well. That's gonna be threshed down here as the rest of the team is popping it back on, being pulled into the death realm here. We're going to have Echo being pulled out again. He's going to run all the way to the side. As Shen tries to ulti in the middle of the lane and gets
Good
stunned.
cocoon.
Yeah, gets shot down with a cocoon with Womp Womp.
Yeah,
Thresh going down and ONU's advance here. It's got the back up here. Didn't even get an inhib off of it. They're forcing with nothing. They have no gusto behind them right now. That soul is gone to them. And the strong members of CSU are still up.
I think the only options for ONU now is wait till Elder Dragon. I mean, what else can they really do? I mean, they don't really win fights anymore now that they have Mountain Soul on the side of CSU. So wait till Elder, play it safe, don't take anything too risky. But that's exactly what they're not doing right now. They're like out of position, don't have any defensive
Elise.
members there.
Ooh, Elise getting hunted down by Echo here. Solid damage. She's not going to survive this matchup. Trying to get in the back line, but nope, she's gonna go down here. No ulti being used, no sums being used here. And Kai's got a force stuff as well. With this Baron coming up in about a minute 30 here, ONU need to straighten up their act, or else they're not gonna win this match. Honestly, they had a lead, then they blew it. They still have the gold lead though. Still got that. Still have the tower lead, but CSU is quickly picking up speed here.
Yeah, this game isn't looking too good for ONU. I mean, they're no longer really in the driver's seat. They're kind of like, they're like controlling the radio, but they don't really determine where the car goes. They just kind of like determine the vibe. But they have the chance to take over the game again, and that's really just the Elder Dragon. But that's a whole 3 minutes away. So I'd like to see them do some split push with the Mordekaiser and maybe like to get an inhib if they can. But it looks like things are just going to be, you know, it's just going to be like a stalemate for 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's going to be a match. It's going to be petering out, guys. Looks like you guys get to stay with us for a little bit longer here.
More time with the audience.
Man, everyone loves it.
I have loans to pay off to a raccoon.
Oh, right. Same here. Animal Crossing's great. If anyone wants to... Actually, if anyone wants to add me on Animal Crossing,
We'll throw the codes in the chat.
yeah, we'll throw the codes in the chat. Why not? I'll throw...
Game chat.
Yeah, if you guys want to stay around and you want to friend me on Switch and join me on my wonderful island, let me know. I'm down. I'm always down to hang out with more people on Animal Crossing at like 5 in the morning.
I got like a Japanese kind of vibe going on with my town. It's like very bamboo and sort of like plant-based, lots of plants. So
Oh yeah.
that's kind of my town, but I'm looking to expand. I need to get more resources to really like do anything. But you know, Shen's gonna be in that top lane. Mordekaiser backing, gonna deal with him. Now Shen has the ultimate. That's critical. Baron is up right now. Honestly, I don't think there should be a fight over it. I think ONU should just play safe and wait for Elder and contest Baron. They really need to, but CSU, they can definitely look for the Baron. I mean, they have the Mountain Soul. That's really gonna help them take. I mean, negate any poke coming out from that Kaisa W's or any Mordekaiser stuff.
Oh.
So,
Yeah, but CSU are looking for a fight here, launching the ulti and the shock members, but Justana getting them safely away. Mordekaiser pulling another member in with, it looks like it's going to be another shockwave. Not shockwave, sorry about that. Zhang is popping up here, but it's not going to save Elise. She's going to go down to the Echo. The Shenalty popping on top of the Echo, trying to keep him alive. That's going to be another kill from Mordekaiser. They're just absolutely sieging this base now. They got down 3 members. They're not scared whatsoever. Could get that single wave hit, but they do not have a... They don't have a wave here, but they don't need it here. It's a solid damage lands from Echo. As Renekton's diving in there too, trying to get some damage top of the members. Kai'Sa's staying alone though. No front lines getting taken down by the Echo here. The GA being popped on Renekton. The ball being ready to use. The shockwave missing, unfortunately, but the shutdown coming out. That's the solid ace and the turnaround from CSU. As they're just gonna siege this base and they're going to win this match.
Yeah, CSU currently have the wave. They're going to knock down these turrets. They have the wave there. They're going to be chunking out this Nexus, and that's going to be a swift victory for ON. Psych, April Fools. CSU.
Yeah, it was CSU. We
I got
fooled
you guys. What a good April Fool's joke.
I know, it was great. Oh boy. And
All
as
right,
we're
good game.
fun game to watch. And as you guys are now seeing those damage charts that we are seeing them now, we're going to be looking at here. We're going to have Echo and Tristana, not too big surprise there, topping off the charts with the solid damage here. And Mordekaiser coming around with 3rd place here on the opposing team. Since we're running low on time here, I'm going to rush through MVPs real fast. And so my MVP will definitely be going to this Echo. He was popping off the whole match. He was around every corner when he needed it. And he got kills, he got fed, and he just steamrolled this game.
Yeah, honestly, that was Jungle Div for sure.
Alright, well anyways, it was a great match with you guys, and sorry if it went a little bit long here, but upcoming next here, I'm going to be leaving and we're going to have Rich Rad take my place as you're going to be chilling with Dave for a little while. But up next, we're going to have a wonderful match of RedBird Esports Academy versus the Marian University Esports. And we will see you guys in just a little bit. Alright.
Atoms fall apart. Solar flares arrive. Buildings collapse. Only a few will survive. The world as we know it will no longer be there.
Hello and welcome back, everybody, as we are here to bring you more League of Legends action by GG Leagues. I am the new caster here for this game, is Rich Rad, but I do have one that's already been present for today. Dave, how you doing?
Doing good.
That's good.
Chilling.
Glad to have you here. I know you had a nice match earlier, a nice change up at the end, taking it back. But this time around, we're going to see RedBird Esports versus Marian University Esports. Now, with these so far, we've already got some decent bans coming out and are interested to see what that third and final one's going to be. Like seeing the Ornn go away, but an Ivern? I don't know how I feel about that one.
Maybe they're spelling something. We got an A, an S, and an I. What can they finish?
Hello and welcome back, everybody, as we are here going to get this underway. We do appreciate your patience, as we did have some technical difficulties there, but has resolved them.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. Seconds until minions spawn.
Sweepers, that's what I typically see. But, spotting out the Volibear, they're going to suspect that, maybe they would come into the top side because they didn't have anybody, there. So that's going to be some good vision for the side of RedBird. It's going to have the wards spotting out Sejuani while they don't have a ward to spot out Volibear.
And the interesting part of this is it's going to take me a lot to make sure to not mess this up, because Team Red is not Redbirds, so Team Blue is Team Redbirds. So that's going to be interesting. As we do have all of Marian near that blue buff to start out here for the Sejuani to rotate towards the red, and I'm feeling that we're going to have a lot more pressure coming from the Sejuani before the Volibear. Even though Volibear is in a good place right now, I still think that we're going to see Brian look to aggress a lot quicker and more effectively onto these lanes before that Volibear play by Vern.
Yeah, I agree. Sejuani is a really good early game jungler, and she pretty much wins trades against almost any other jungler, and Volibear is not excused from that. I mean, Sejuani still does quite a bit with that Frost passive, so I'm looking to see if Sejuani is going to have of an aggressive early game against these lanes. I mean, she has really good gank opportunities for a lot of them. I mean, if she comes down bot, can lock up Kai'Sa fairly easily. Kai'Sa has a really weak early game down the bot lane, one of the weaker ADCs right now. So let's see.
And again, it's a lot to do also just with that lack of mobility. I mean, like that we see with a lot of other ADCs. With Ezreal, there's an easy way to dive out of the way. Caitlyn as well. So with this, specific selection, her along with Aphelios really have a difficult time. And you see already some pressure from the Thresh trying to harass. The stun going to come through to at least keep some distance. But that hook going to land, getting a lot of damage here by the Ashe as those arrows come through quickly, forces the flash. And that's going to be first blood here for Marian.
Yeah, Dead Destroyer with the patience was like, I'll take this Teriki and then see what happens. And he landed the hook with precision. So really well played. And that's going to be an easy first blood going the way of Hide on Bush Light.
And I feel that it's because RedBird underestimated that play of the Thresh in the bot lane, but now this gank is going to come out on the top side. You've got the Volibear flip, managing to get this huge amount of damage on the Galio. Slight is going to be able to take the pick on the top lane, able to even the 1-for-1 kill score. So it's not too surprising though, and it's interesting to see that we were just talking about how the Sejuani was going to be the aggressive one in lane first, but yet the Volibear found a huge opportunity on that Galio.
Yeah, Shokatilla really feeling the burn on that one. Volibear is super OP. Once he gets that stun hook, gonna miss, but it was close.
Now some vision here towards that tri-bush to make sure by the Ashe. Spectre going to get some nice vision towards the mid, knowing that there is no jungler bot lane, but the rotation's going to come through by Volibear after most likely clearing Wolves, and then probably even go towards Gromp. But the river is going to be warded by Sejuani. Another assault comes through. The Thresh hook just going to hit the minion. That would have been a huge opportunity once again here for Marian to continue.
It ruins everything. And I mean, I could feel the hurt. The pain that he was going through in that moment.
Now, as we do see a potential gank here towards that bottom lane, you've got Sejuani going towards that river area, knowing that the wards are still in the favor of Marian. But there is that vision in the tri-bush, which will give a lot of opportunity. But Sejuani's going to play it safe, going to try and walk that outer wall into the bush, potentially, but actually just going to back and not really force anything out here.
And right now we've been kind of focused on the bot lane, but this mid lane right now is pretty even. I mean, Anivia is one of those champions that just likes to clear early and hit her level 6, and her kit is really centered around pushing and sort of controlling things. That's with their terrain, so you really get people trapped up, and all your stuff
Now, in the meantime, you've got that fight down below. The Volibear going to try and charge in to get that extra opportunity. Flashes, gets the stun, flips over the back, and gets the Ashe to also force out the flash. A Flay underneath the turret, manages to get it in range of the tower. Does get picked off by Hyde in the back. And that's going to be a 1 kill, 1 assist for both of these bot lanes.
Yeah, I mean, he blew the flash and didn't really have an escape after that. So just going to be going down another like well-played play by the Destroyer on the Thresh. And the thing about Thresh is that he has so much outplay potential with the Lantern, with the Flay, with the hook. He can really just do anything. But Nivea on low mana right now. Just going to walk away.
It still has the passive up for it just in case. And again, this bot lane has already been heavily going in favor of Marian, while Red really has at least gained some early advantage on the top lane. So I think that's where there's going to be some attention towards, you know, that potential top lane or mid lane to try and snowball, because you've already committed to this losing 2 kills in the bot lane, and you have to play it safe by RedBird to hopefully carry into this mid game without being too far behind.
One thing I'm confused about is that we were talking about this early Sejuani aggression, but she hasn't even walked into a lane yet. What's up with that? She is picking up the Scuttle Crow. I'm going to be hovering Dragon.
I feel like it's just that playing it safe right now just to make sure to keep the CS up. I mean, you've got a decent amount here, still about even, and honestly with the trading, it's got 32 to 33 CS compared to these junglers, and you've had 2 kill participations potentially from the Volibear over the Sejuani, and it's really difficult to see that. I think it's just really the pacing and the finding of an opportunity to gank just really hasn't been there at the right time as the roam goes through to clear that jungle.
I mean, she's looking bot right now. Thresh has a Lantern, could Lantern Sejuani in, not going to find the hook, going to barely, you know, barely hit Tarek, but close.
And backs out for this, but the Sejuani, again, I think that's why the Sejuani's had such a difficult time, is because a lot of the time the fight begins when she is near a lane. It is already not in an advantageous position for that engage. Even though there is a hard crowd control from the Sejuani, there's no opportunity for follow-up because the enemy that they're looking to try and jump on is too far back to really gain a good pick.
Also, these Ashe hawk shots have been on point, and they've just been spotting the Volibear in his jungle, making sure that, you know, members can back up if they need to like that. I mean, they saw Volibear sort of walking up to mid lane, so Nivea, maybe she backs off a little bit. You know, make sure that she's not in range for any crazy bear plays. I mean, she doesn't want to get a hug from that bear anytime soon.
You can just see Destroyer here on this Thresh dashing through these bushes to try and find a hook opportunity, and has just caused so much troubled position from RedBirds on this bot lane. Again, they are just unable to stay anywhere near those CS because it's such a risky play. And once the wave now like this has moved far enough, the Thresh hook comes out looking for a grab, the follow-up with the Flay into the ultimate. The box going to be there. There's the Ashe ultimate on 6. And this is a snowball for bot lane. And RedBird is really going to struggle on this bottom lane.
Yeah, as you were saying, that Thresh was in the bushes and was threatening them off the CS, but as soon as they walked up, you know, they got a little bit greedy. They paid the price, and that's going to be a kill going the way of the Destroyer. Once again, with a great hook on the Tarek. Tarek, you know, he's a little buff, I'd say, so big hitbox. Maybe all that time he's been spending in the fountains getting swole just hasn't been paying off, but here is Volibear in the top lane, going to back off.
I mean, it's not a bad thing to get swole, but when you're like so swole that you're that slow, it's kind of unfortunate.
Yeah.
I mean, what do? And you're just like, I'm so swole, I can't move fast enough. I weigh so much. My body mass index is nutty.
As long as you look good for the calendar, I mean, it's not. You know, whatever pays the bills. I mean, you don't really gotta walk around fast when people are taking pictures of you. So
right, it's all about that fasting before the show.
Yeah, I haven't drinking water in 3 days.
Oh my goodness, the dewatering is real when it comes to that. I've even seen actors do that a lot recently with major films. But as we do see this Volibear getting some action near that Rift Herald, looking to try and pick it out quickly, but you've got Sejuani and the rotation from bot lane going to take this dragon. That is a great rotation here. You do see that the Tarek is the only one in the bot lane. Sejuani has a free reign to take it back. So Dragon going to go in favor here of Marian, but again, at the cost of Rift Herald. So RedBird is most likely going to try and look to push this either in the mid or top lane where they've been accelerating at.
Here's Volibear in the mid lane, setting up for a gank. Anivia's a little bit pushed up right now. She has the wall, though, could wall him off. That's going to be an easy wall off. Pretty decent, but here's Thresh sitting in the bushes again, has the Moby boots, can quickly run up. Tarek can find another hook. He hasn't even hit 6 yet, while Kai'Sa's sitting here at 7. That's strictly because they keep finding the pick on him.
Yeah, the zoning and the pick has been absolutely on point. Bot lane has really not had any sort of falter from their goals right now. Pushing against this lane, you do finally get the 6, though, to come out from the Tarek, so you finally have at least the Cosmic Radiance available. In the mid lane, you're going to have Volley regroup here with that, and again, the Rift Herald comes out. Like I said, that mid or top lane was going to be the focus, so this is going to be a good 3 plates here. But in the bottom, you just see this aggression coming out. You're trying to see Tarek survive through it. The ultimate has been expended. The Ashe in the back, the Flay comes through. The flash comes out towards the tower as the teleport comes through as well. You've got Lulu trying to assist on the front side, but there is going to be so much distance between the bot lane from Marian to RedBirds. It is not going to get any sort of value. And now the Volibear flashes in, gets the kill, but the Sejuani is there under the turret. The ultimate just passes, not going to get the pick as the Lulu ultimate comes through to try and make the volley giant. But now the Tarek under the turret looking for a potential follow isn't going to get any more. But despite the 1 kill that was taken out on the Ashe, there is still a lot that is lost, especially in this top lane where you're going to see these plates go down quickly since Lulu has diverted attention with that TP down bot.
A lot of chaos in the bot lane this game. You know, it's only 11 minutes, and I think almost, what is that, like 80% of the kills have just been bot lane central. So I mean,
oh yeah,
that really just speaks to how important getting these ADCs is ahead for each team. I mean, if Kai'Sa gets ahead, that's big, but if Ashe gets ahead, that's also big. I mean, again, as I was saying in Champ Select, this is like protect the ADC. You want to protect the payload and get it into a team fight where it can do damage without taking damage.
And this almost kind of speaks volumes to the picks and bans that we saw towards the start of this. When we saw that RedBird focused a lot on the bot lane, taking down the Caitlyn, getting rid of the Misfortune, taking out the support play as well. There was a lot being really focused in that area, and this could be why that the bot lane is just maybe not as strong as I think they would like versus their top and mid lane, so it really wasn't too much of a worry for them. And you've had the Volibear present a majority of the time in this bot lane outside of that early gank in the top lane. So it's going to be curious now as the follow-through comes in. A lot of damage from the Ashe play, the hook, the stun. It's going to buy some time, but the ultimate will come through, does get 1. Looking for the second as the Volibear tries to at least even the score with 1, but no, the damage from the ADC on RedBird's managing to turn this around. The volley on the front wants the electrical damage as Sejuani forces that flash. Going to take down Ramper on the front, looking to try and dodge out of the way. Now it's the pick to the middle. Who's going to get the kill first? The volley gets the toss, and another one here for Ramper. The Swift manages to move in as the TP from top lane. Another pick. Is there going to be potentially a third? But no, it's going to be Anivia coming in onto Swift. The wall to block her off and will get the kill. But no, Kasai is still in it and not going to be able to. Oh my goodness, you said it and it was true. Bot lane is a gold mine of deaths.
I mean, that whole fight was new challenger approaches. Then, you know, just over and over and over and over again until we saw the dust clear, the smoke go down. And I honestly say that went in favor of the RedBirds because they got kills onto their Kai'Sa, which is super important. Kai'Sa is building that Essence Reaver, and Essence Reaver is notoriously expensive, and so is her next item, which is definitely going to be Rage Blade. At least I hope.
And I mean, she's sitting on 13k. She's going to drop it, and she's going to get that BF sword very quickly to even further increase that damage output in this lane to try and play catch up. The gold now has become very, very minimal in differential. You've got RedBirds actually ahead by barely 500 gold after the deficit they've already had with so many kills and the dragon that was going in favor of Marian.
But here's the thing about bot lane right now. I mean, Kai'Sa, no, she has those expensive item components, but she doesn't have the item. Ashe and Thresh both have items, so honestly, they could just have an advantage purely based off of stats that they have right now. But here's Lulu in the bot lane. They're going to spot her out on the ward that was in the bush. Nivea clearing out some vision, and it looks like both teams are prepping for Dragon, but Galio doesn't have TP. This could be Nivea getting caught with Thresh, finding a hook.
Ooh, there's a follow-up box going to be dropped, collapse in by the mid lane. Cassiopeia going to get that nice stun onto 2 with the ultimate as the electrical damage from the volley. Vern getting some explosive. The bite as well for the double. The Lulu intensifying that jungler's potency and now rotating to this dragon to really put the nail in the coffin.
Anivia and Sejuani were just caught between a rock and a hard place. They were positioning the clear some vision on the dragon pit, but RedBirds had all 5 members there, so that was going to be a pretty simple collapse from them. They're actually looking for the hook, not going to find it, but they absolutely dominated that team fight. I don't even think they took a lick of damage.
Well, and again, the biggest part is you lost a tower top for that fight in Dragon, which was a worthy trade here from RedBird. It is totally worth so much more value than that top outer objective because Lulu has had dominance in that lane ever since that original pick that came through. But a hook now on the front. The Flay gonna try and go underneath this turret. You've got Bard needing to be very careful below half health as this Volibear tries to get a jungle counter pick, but the Sejuani is there to bring the action. You have assistance by Lulu and Cassiopeia looking to give some peel here for Vern as that chase continues. The stun on the front side and the Lulu ultimate to give that extra reinforcement to try and compete against the Galio as the flash comes in. The Tesla cannon damage here from those fists will not be enough as the Volibear does go down from the Galio, and Cassiopeia and Lulu now have to bail for their lives, forcing the flash as the damage and stun comes through by the Anivia. Ducky able to take down this Cassiopeia, but no, Cassiopeia wanting to turn it around. The outplay is there. No passive available as Slight now has to bail as well, and that's going to be the double. The mid laner, despite all odds, as the Anivia chased in the back line, has managed to get outplayed and taken down and further the lead of this mid and top lane.
It is so hard to fight Cassiopeia once she lands a single Q on you because those twin fangs sink in real quickly, and it is just super effective. And like that's the thing about Cassiopeia, you start fighting her and you're like, oh, I'm gonna win this, and then you run out of abilities, and Cassio's like, this thing's on a 1-second cooldown, you're done for. And she starts unloading the machine gun into you, and next thing you know, your health bar's gone, and she's up 2 kills.
And I mean, she's also nearing that Archangel staff completion. She is already just 100 bonus mana away for the extra survivability with the shield when it comes to developing into that rod. And at this point, now you see the snowball start going in favor of RedBird, despite the deficit that had occurred earlier in this game. And bot lane is really having a difficult time now for Marian to focus. Do they keep oppressing and pushing on this bot turret to try and cause some harass, or try to rotate where their strength is in bot lane into these types of team fights?
I think definitely staying bot lane and looking for like these little skirmishes is definitely useful, but another thing that both teams need to focus on are these objectives. And you know, Rift Herald is up right now, so they're definitely gonna be looking at that, but they don't know if Volibear is there. But one could assume that he would be there to get the objective, so I think Sejuani should probably look for something bot, but she's gonna reset instead.
Yeah, the fact that they're getting this Rift Herald so easily, and there really hasn't been any sort of consistent warding. It's solely been relying, as you just saw it there, from the Ashe, getting that intel necessary. And I don't think it's enough here for Marian to be able to just fall short on this ward usage. There has been a significant amount of wardage in bot lane, but this top lane has seen very little. And now this Rift Herald is going to come out with a 3-3 in top lane near this turret as Volibear gets jumped on by the Sejuani. Galio there as well. Lulu going to try and rotate with the Cassiopeia to get the stun. There's the ultimate to survive through it as Vern manages to bail out of this, and the Rift Herald will look to get the turret before the kill comes through.
This Lulu has been so effective this game, but looking for an engage in the bot lane. Terrakal gonna go down, gonna keep them alive, but Ashe and Thresh still looking pretty healthy. Could be looking for the kill. It's gonna be the flash coming out from Ashe, looking for the kill. Ashe just gonna instead go for the constellation prize, and that's gonna be the Terrak, but still a kill going towards Marian University.
I do have to say, there was a slight bit of really great play coming out by the Kasaya here from Swift, because you saw that arrow fan come out to slow Swift, but that quick backpedal behind the Terrak denied the slow to come through and was able to dive out of the way and maneuver far enough so that only Bard's sacrifice came through in that play. And again, that's your support trying to do whatever possible to keep that ADC alive and somewhat try to keep that CS game up.
Tarek is definitely the punching bag this game, sitting at 0-4. Hasn't really completed an item yet either. Looks like he's going for the redemption. That's going to be pretty useful because that's an item you can use when you're dead.
Yep.
Just
Yeah,
saying.
redemption just completed. So that's not surprising at all. Again, for how underprepared the Tarek is with 5 deaths is such a huge deficit to try and come back from, especially as a support because of the roam, because of those things. I mean, when you take a lot of look at this, I mean, you've got a level 9 Tarek versus your other players, which are at least above 11 or higher, like the Cassiopeia, and we see it even professional play. The supports are normally lower in their level, and that's just because of their utility that they offer through the map. So it's going to be interesting to see now as this engage might just happen around the dragon.
Oh, Kapalulu could be locking up here. Lots of CC. Ashal going to come in looking for a big team fight. That's going to be the Nivea doing all that damage with that ultimate. I mean, just so much, but going to pick up another kill. Going to land the Glacial Prism on the Cassiopeia. Cassiopeia doesn't have the ultimate anymore. This fight could quickly go in turn of Marian. Going to come out on top.
And you made the comment about it with the Anivia. That fight was so well positioned by Marian with that AoE damage from the Anivia that you just couldn't see anything from RedBird push through the front. But now the Cassiopeia gets a lot of damage. There's going to force out the passive. Opportunity to push in. Not yet going to get this dragon as it's going to be just picked off by Marian in the back from Sejuani, but loses their life. The Cassiopeia goes down as Swift in the back still doing a massive amount of damage onto Ducky, along with Bushlit on the front, trying to take down this Lulu as the ultimate comes through, taking down the Ashe, now trying to reconvene towards the Anivia. Gets the pick. Last 2 members remaining, and the damage comes through to try and get the pick. But the Galio is there. Wants the redemption. Does manage to get it. And that is a slew of kills all in the vicinity of Dragon area, making it now a 14-14 kill ratio between these two, and only 1,000 gold differential.
This game is so gosh darn close. I mean, both teams are just playing out of their mind, and you can see that in the team fight. The fact that they're going even and having these insane back and forth just speaks to how mechanically skilled these players are. They're able to find these small advantages through these little mistakes that the enemy team is making. Now, one thing I want to talk about is that Anivia, you were talking about before with the AoE, and I was kind of talking about it, but the Glacial Storm, if you just put that in a little corridor and you pop up your wall and you get a couple members trapped in there, it's insane. And when you have the Galio AoE stun to keep them there as well, they really just play around that. And that gives all of this room for Hide on Bush to just sit there and auto people. So once he picks up a Runin's Hurricane and he's able to just do even more AoE damage, I mean, it's going to be insane. Their team fights are going to be quite insane. And if they catch the Lulu, that's going to take away pretty much all survivability for the carries on the side of RedBirds.
That's honestly been one of the biggest factors that has allowed RedBird to stick in these fights as long as they have, or give survivability to the target that has been hyper-focused from Marian. The fact that that can just be a big, massive boost of health and assistance in every one of these fights, specifically been thrown on Vern Baby, on that Volibear, to just further cause harass and mayhem in the back line and disrupt this positioning. But with that aggression by Vern, the Anivia is going to cause a lot of issues, like you said, keeping them locked down. The Galio taunt, just bringing them into the center of that damage, as a lot of focus comes around this Baron and a ton of ward dropping.
It's always good to get Vision down. Now, one thing that's kind of confusing to me is why Ashe has the second highest ward score. And in the beginning of the game, she had the highest ward score for like quite a bit. But here's that big damage coming from Cassio. The Ashe Crystal Arrow gonna miss. Their Tarek ult is coming down. Here comes Galio with the big CC. They're a little bit out of position though. That's gonna be Kaisa going in the backline, gonna pick up Anivia. Still in the backline, Volibear doing lots of damage. Cassiopeia with those twin fangs gonna take down Thresh, and then it's gonna take down Galio. And that's gonna be a clean ace going the way of RedBirds.
And honestly, with Swift finding that flank position and the separation of the team when Galio was focusing on the Cassiopeia, it really caused a disruption in the focus fire from Marian. It was so difficult to recover from that. The stun already putting out a ton of damage onto their enemy, and RedBird playing effectively, getting the Thresh out of the fight. The box was still dropped, but it couldn't really do anything because already so much damage was spent onto that team. At that point, you just hoped for Marian to try and get any sort of picks, but could never find the follow-through because RedBird in the flank with that Kasaya was able to just pick every last member off effectively, along with the Volibear.
One of the biggest things that I think Marian need to focus on is positioning, because in that team fight, they were all sorts of split up. You had Anivia sort of like stuck in that corridor. You had Thresh sort of coming from the mid lane trying to help people out. You had Ashe and Galio, or no, Sejuani kind of, in the jungle still, but that was much different from the team fight that we saw over Dragon, where they had them in a concentrated area where they were able to throw all of their AoE. They just didn't have that, but Thresh is going to be caught out. Polymorph coming down, that's going to be another kill onto Thresh.
That's such an explosive amount of damage when you get caught out like that. And Tilt has been doing fantastic finding those polymorphs to lock down those enemies. As now Vern's going to go in very quick in the back, but lovely wall going to come out by Anivia to prevent that dive onto the back line as this team from RedBirds rotates to that bot lane to try and take down potentially the second turret.
And this is going to be a big Baron push for them because they're going to have Embers down, so we're likely going to see these outer Tier 2 turrets being dropped. I'm not sure if it's late enough in the game for them to really get any inhibs without a big team fight win, but if they do find the team fight win, they could easily crack open the base.
And at this point, like you said, there is the turret going down, most likely going to try and focus now on this mid lane turret, but it's actually going to potentially be a sneaky play here, but Dragon will be up in just a few seconds, so that's most likely where the focus is going to be. You can already see the Scuttle Crab going to be picked off early. And at this point, it's going to be a very difficult time for any sort of players from Marian to contest this, and they're not going to. It's been brought down instantly as second Dragon here goes to favor of RedBird and will get that Ocean Drake with the Wind Drake and to continue to climb.
And right now, Marian are in a little bit of a bad place. They're 7K, 8K, 7.5K gold down right now, so they really don't win team fights too effectively. They sort of lost that opportunity once they lost 2 team fights in a row. So they're going to have to just keep clearing waves with this Anivia and make sure that they don't find any more team fight wins. They need to get more items onto their carries in order to make it more effective. Because right now, the combo that RedBirds have with Taric and also the Lulu, they keep everybody alive in a team fight, which has been super effective in the last Dragon and Baron fight.
And honestly, that combination of survivability and utility is going to carry over, I think, so much more intensely in the later parts of this game as itemization begins to scale, leveling begins to scale. There's so much that's going to contribute to that. You're really going to need to see Marian find an early pick, either potentially with the Thresh or a good lockdown from the Sejuani to hopefully turn another team fight into their favor.
I think if Marian kill Cassiopeia and they find, and if they burn some sums out of Kai'Sa, that's a one team fight, because after that, who's their damage? The Volibear, who's going full tank? He doesn't really do anything, so he's going to burn you a little bit with his Cinder Hulk, but that's about it. But, I mean, we have just seen RedBirds relentlessly group up this entire game, so even looking for a pick is a struggle. I mean, we saw Thresh go for like a hook in the bush around the Baron, and since he missed it, just RedBirds pulled the trigger, and they knew that none of them were really going to get caught out. So it's sort of like a do or die situation where they throw these hooks out.
And as you see, this potential pick in the side does get the lockdown. Sejuani getting low. Galio trying to give some assistance in the back. The dash comes through, but it's not going to be enough. That ticking damage after the Venom comes through by Rabid Squirrel. And now this is a chance for a 5 versus 4 to press this mid lane. You've got the stun potentially by the Volibear going in. Thresh going to pull him underneath the turret as the wall comes out by the Anivia. Tons of damage from the turret onto Vern. Manages to get healed through it from the Taric as the ultimate comes out. And you're still going to see the follow-up. The Thresh gets the hook. The box comes there as well as the flash forward with the Lulu ultimate gives a huge amount of opportunity to take down the Ashe play in the backside. So many members of Marian low on the tail end of this fight with Vern and the front line of Cassiopeia deleting these health values. That's going to be a double for Kasaya, and the rest of the team will clean up here. Only one remaining, which is Sejuani coming late back to the party, and that's not only a turret, a team fight, but also the inhib.
RedBird's team comp is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. They keep every single member alive because of the Lulu, because of the Taric, and this Cassio is so ahead right now. She has those 3 items, so a couple Twin Fangs, it burns so much. Sejuani gonna miss.
Not gonna be
could be another
here.
kill. But
it's just going to be do or
yeah.
die at this point with the Sejuani, the 5 versus 1. At this point, they're toying with their food right now as the Nexus does fall. The KO is right overhead from that emote, as you will see RedBirds, despite the early deficit in the bot lane, come back, turn it around, and completely dominate after that Baron buff and just push every lane.
Yeah, a pretty decisive. Once the mid game hit, as I said, just they flipped the switch on RedBirds. They were like, okay, now we just group up and we play hyper aggressive and we just protect our 2 carries. And as I was saying before, this whole game was like, who can protect their carries better? And I think RedBirds definitely did a better job.
Oh, definitely. And if we even just take a look at the breakdown for damage output, total damage to champions. I know you were talking about the Volibear not doing too much in a burst type fashion, but if we take a look at the hero damage overall, the Volibear alone did more damage than a majority of the team outside of the ADC carry Ashe, even surpassing the Anivio play. So that Volibear on the front line just trickling that damage in consistently on top of not only the Kaseya, but the Cassiopeia was just far too much, I think, for Marian to really deal with in that mid to late game, which really spelled the end for this team of Marian.
I think my favorite moment in the game was when Taric threw his shield onto Volibear and he activated the E so Volibear would speed up at a target and then they'd hit him with the Taric E and then Volibear would flip them and then Cassia would use the Petrifying Gaze and Miasma to keep them locked in place. That is just so much ridiculous single target CC. And when you have single target CC, it's super effective against the team comp that Marian had because they really only had, you saw the damage charts, Ashe was really the only one really doing damage. So they just pick Ashe and then they win the team fight after that. But Marian, they had AoE crowd control and it just really didn't pay off for them in that.
And for all of you that have been tuning in and watching this exciting game, I feel it was an exciting game for us to cast. Hopefully it was one for you to watch. It has been a stellar time to be casting with you, Dave. And again, for those that haven't already, you should definitely go to all of the social media links that are in the lower section, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at GGLeagues, where you can get all of the latest updates, specifically because we are going to be going into finals in the near future. So you can see all of that best of 3 action coming up soon. I have been your caster here, Rich Red, with Dave. Dave, it is always a pleasure, my friend, and I will let you close it out, good sir.
And also a pleasure to cast with you, and I am so excited to go into finals soon. I love doing best of 3s. I feel like we don't really capture the essence of a team unless we see a couple games, so I am very excited. Anyways, that is going to be all for tonight. Tune in tomorrow. We're going to have more games, and as Rich Red said, follow all the socials in the description. I hope you guys all have a great night. It's been fun. Peace out.